Hello everyone, welcome back to the another session on character patterns. So now we'll print a character pattern and this character is star, okay, asterisk. Now I wanted to print this pattern. For this we'll see the logic how to write the code using for loop. Now look at this. I'm taking I indicates number of rows indicated with I and number of columns indicated with always j. I mean as far as my program is concerned. So number of rows are represented with I and number of columns are represented with j. Now look at this, how many rows and how many columns this pattern is? 5 rows and 5 columns. Okay. Now here the common character is there, right? So all the rows are appeared with one character which is star. So that's why I wanted to print only the star. Only one character I wanted to print. So that is star. Now where I wanted to print in every row, in every column. Look at this. So how many rows I have? 5 rows. How many columns I have? 5 columns. So when the loop repeats for I is equal to 1, that means what? First row is begin. First row, now condition is true, we'll come to this, right? Now we'll go to the j is equal to 1, that is first value, this value we are talking about. Now the next is what? J is equal to 1, j less than or equal to 5, condition true. We'll come to the next statement which is printing of star. So here star will get printed, right? And now we'll go to the back, that is j plus plus. Now j value will be 2, but I is not updated yet. We are in the first row itself. మనం ఇంకా ఇదే రోలో ఉన్నాము కదా. సో j value 1 అయింది, స్టార్ ప్రింట్ చేసాము. అగైన్ j value will become 2, again we'll print here star. J value 3 will print star, j value 4 will print star, j value 5 will print star. When j value becomes 6, condition fails. When condition will fail, we'll go to the top, that is I plus plus. This time I value will be 2. When I value is 2, the second line will come into the new line. The second row will begins in the next line. Now this is. Now again j value will begin with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So until j value 6, loop will get repeats. When j becomes 6, condition will be fail. Right? So this is what printing of a character pattern. Now I will not change any condition. I will be putting the same condition. Now we'll print, we'll see the slight modification to print alphabetical pattern. Okay, alphabetical pattern. So if I wanted to type, display this, that A, and B, next is C, D. If I wanted to print this pattern, we need not to change more statement, or we need not to write a separate code. So we have one small trick behind here. So that is, if you look at this, you have 4 number of rows and we have 5 number of columns. Okay, now look at this. I is equal to 1, we are putting only one value in one row. When I is equal to 2, we are putting only one value. Okay, when I is equal to 3, we are putting only one value. Now, so instead of writing here star, as I wanted to display all your characters, now what characters are this? Capital alphabets, right? A, B, C capitals. Now we'll find the relation in between these alphabets and the digits. So that is, ASCII American Standard Code for Information Interchange has given the character values to each alphabet that starts with 65. Now already j is equal to 1. To become j value 65, to display this a here, what I have to add? This statement will get modified, and instead of writing this statement, we'll write 64 plus j. Now what happens here? Percentile D means we'll be going to print a number. If I change percentile C, that means we'll be going to print a character. What character it is? 64 plus 1. J value is 1. We'll print 65. We'll print 65. Okay. Now, so when you write this logic, this is I. When you write this logic, you will get this output. You'll get this output. When we write this logic, what is the logic? Printf percentile C, that I wanted to display the characters, and the characters are 64 plus I. So irrespective of J value and respective to the I value, when I is becomes 1, 64 plus 1, 65. All 65 values will get printed. That is all capital S will get printed. When I value is updated, with 2, then the second row will get printed with 66. 66 means capital B. When I value is updated with 3, 64 plus 3 becomes 67, all C's. When I is 4, it becomes capital D. When I is next value, it becomes capital E. So we can print this one. If I wanted to display the another pattern, right? If I wanted to display this pattern, that what the changes has occurred? The changes, each row will be printing A, B, C, D, E. So here if you can see, each row is printing all A values, right? So that is proportional to our only number of rows, right? Here if you look at, we are displaying proportional to J also. So what we'll write here? 64 plus J. When 64 plus I, will get this pattern as an output. If it is 64 plus J, we'll get this pattern as an output. So for pattern programs, we need not to learn much code. We have to understand only the logic. With a slight modifications, we can print number of patterns. Okay. Now next video we'll see the